trying to get my timer up on my watch. So for tomorrow, I'm not sure what it's going to be because they're saying that it's going to freeze overnight. So in that case, we'll probably have something like this and then maybe like an afternoon class. I don't know. We'll play it by ear. Okay, now we're going to do step backs into the alternating reverse lunge. Nice and easy. Keep it cool. Oh. It literally sounds like my children are going to fall through this. Good, nice and easy. If you are shoveling today, I think I showed you guys in class the proper way to shovel is to have both hands facing the same direction so that you pull the shovel back instead of like this and doing that. So if you want a little demo, if you're a shoveler, happy to give it to you. All right. Oh, all right. So we're gonna do down dog to a push up. So all I want you to do is drop back into that down dog position, put your butt up, come forward, and then do your best push up. Okay. Push back. Also, a lot of people are losing power. So in the event this goes off, you guys have the workout. Just keep going. I have it casting to my big screen. There's granola bar all over the floor. And I keep freezing on like the ugliest frames. All right, roll over onto your back for glute bridges. I don't know if you can see me because I can't see the camera, but really try to squeeze up at the top for a little bit and then come on down. Good, squeezing the up. Good. Ooh. I came down to put the heater on down here and then forgot. And that was at like 5 a.m. So alrighty. So while you're finishing up, about do like 3 or 4 more. We're gonna roll through a prime, a build, and a blast, just like we would in class. But I know options are limited, except for Rachel, who's in a big fancy gym on vacation. So for the prime, we have 3 rounds, 2 movements, 30 seconds each. So we're going to do good mornings or dumbbell chest held good mornings. And then the second movement is plank to down dog or push up to down dog, just like we did in the warm up. If you know that your push up isn't the best, go ahead and drop to your knees, but do not bring your feet up because that just offsets your body weight and kind of takes away from the original purpose of a push up. All right, so good morning. Or dumbbell held. So if you're holding your dumbbell, it's across the front. We have 3 rounds, non-consecutive. All right. So we are going to go ahead and roll in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So again, if you're holding the dumbbell, it's up. And then good mornings are more of a straight leg. So we're not locked out, but our knees aren't bent in that RDL. Okay, you can see I'm pushing my butt back. And my back is coming flat. So if you wanted to set, a cup of water on my back, it would stay and then rise up. So good mornings are a lower back focus, strengthening. Right? That's why we never go like super heavy. And 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. Plank down dog or push up down dog. We go in 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, so we're in that push-up position. So you're either just planking, and then as you press back, get your butt up in the air, try to flatten your feet on the ground, and then roll back forward into that high plank and give yourself like a 2-second hold here. All right, so unlike a warm-up where you're kind of just rolling through for the sake of opening up muscles and whatnot, here we want to focus on shoulder strength and core strength. Good. Pushing back and rolling forward with your whole back, your whole shoulders. And again, making sure you hold it, getting that butt out of the air for a second. We got 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, back up on your feet. So those good mornings, and you can change something up each time for these good mornings. Like again, we don't really necessarily focus on going heavy. It's more about that extension and keeping that those legs nice and straight. All right. Check the time. Let's go ahead. Yeah. Keep remembering to look at my watch. So it's likely we might have a little bit longer, but you're all used to that. TV decided to do something crazy. So keep working. Keep working. 10 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, go ahead down into the high plank position. You never know what you're doing again. All right, high plank to down dog. Again, right, when you're here, you're in that tight plank. You don't have to have a flat back, right? We don't want our butts to sag. You're nice and tight in the core. And then you pull up, flatten your feet, and then you roll back forward into that high plank, and then push up if you are doing it. Okay? 12 more seconds. Nice and fluid. Or we're never killing ourselves in the prime. 4, 3, 2, 1. Back up on your feet. Last set. Oh my goodness. Good. Nice. Straight, send your butts back. Flatten your back. Relax your neck. And with this, Rachel, if you're doing it, you should be able to go and keep the same sound as you go down and your neck is up. You start to kind of crush your windpipe. Any second, my kids are going to fall through the ceiling. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good morning, Anne. Good morning, Allison. Good morning, Jenna, Anna, Joanna, Rachel. Proud of you all. All right, last set of the plank or push-up down dog for 30 seconds in 4, 3, 2, 1. Remember, holding that core nice and tight, rolling up into that down dog position. And that push-up is optional. If you're doing the plank, I want you to hold it up there, all right? This is your last chance for this. 10 more seconds. Rug is moving out underneath my feet, if you can see that. All right, one more push-up, one more plank, meet me back down. So moving into the build, we have 3 parts. All right, like I said, depending on what you have for equipment, we only need dumbbells, something heavy. The first, or each round has 3 movements, and we're gonna work 2 rounds, 40 seconds consecutively. All right, so we have 40 seconds of work, 20 seconds rest. The idea is to maybe increase if you can. We repeat, and then we move on to the next movement. So the first 3 that we're going to do, just kidding, I lied. We're going to do 1 full round and then another round. Again, just like class. So we have dumbbell alternating floor press or single, single, double, okay? And then we have dumbbell reverse lunge, where you're just hanging with the dumbbells by your side. And then we have plank taps or plank pull-throughs with the dumbbell. And then we're going to repeat, and then that round is when you're increasing the weight, okay? These are for 40 seconds with a 20-second rest, moderate to heavy if you are able. Next round should be heavy. All right, so we're going to go ahead and start dumbbell alternating floor press or single, single, double, okay? All right, 3, 2, begin. If you're doing the single, single, double, and you're leading with your right hand first, then the next set, you should go ahead and lead with your left, okay? Again, slow and controlled. And if you only have light weights, a really good trick is to kind of like doing like those crush movements, right? So crushing your hands around the weight, creating a flex. So you're engaging those muscles, you're flexing them, you're squeezing them, and they're working a little bit harder. So it's a little cheat when you only have lighter weights. Where we at for time? All right, we have 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, on your feet, we have 20-second rest. Next is the reverse lunge, right? So like I said, hanging by your side, or we are front racked, okay? Front racked means that they are in front of you, not resting here, okay? Holding them out, creating more work for yourself. All right, here we go. In 3, 2, 1. So if you back down, good. Again, if you are in that front rack position, try to keep your elbows away from your body. And another trick too, if you have really, really light weights and you don't have heavy access, the farther you hold them out, the more work. And you also have the option to have them hanging. Because these are just simple short sets for 40 seconds, really extend that back leg and try to get your foot to tap on the ground. And I'm just switching back from A and B so that you can see what it should look like. All right, about 10 more seconds. Job. Stepping back. I'm lightly tapping my knee on the floor. I'm not smashing it there. 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. 20-second rest. Some water if you need it. This one, you're either doing plank shoulder taps for 40 or plank pull-throughs with your weight. So if you're doing shoulder taps, you're tapping your shoulder and replacing your hand back down. We never end up in the Superman position. If you're dragging your dumbbell, you're just dragging it across the floor, avoiding trying to turn open on each side. Okay? All right, here we go. In 4, 3, 2, begin. So remember, if you're doing the shoulder taps, you want to place your hands right back down on the floor. Tap your chest. Good. If you're doing the drags, make sure you're giving yourself a little bit of a challenge. Send it out, keeping your hips down, avoiding turning out. We're nice and tight. Come on, 10 seconds. Pull it across. Keep those hands underneath your body. Always give them a check. 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, 20-second rest. We go right back to the top. So we have the dumbbell alternating floor press or the single double for 40, increasing the weights if you can. Okay. My heaviest at home is only 15. Womp womp. All right, here we go. In 4, 3, 2, begin. Remember, on that single double, alternate the lead arm, and then you can add a slow tempo down. There are so many ways to increase the intensity of a home workout or just your workout in general. Good. Squeeze, imprinting your spine, making sure it's your chest doing the work and not just your biceps. Good. 10 more seconds. And as you're pushing up, imagine that you are like pushing through the ceiling. Okay? Push through. Control. 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, next up, the reverse lunge, alternating, hanging by your side or front racked. Good. So remember the options, the A and the B, that is the level 3 and the level 7. Anywhere in between or on the outsides is also available to you. All right, pick up those weights. So when I talk about like tempo movements or going heavy, adding or excluding things is all a part of that sliding scale that I created, right? It was on purpose. I kind of like this. I get to give my little lesson about how I do the programming. Good, make sure you step back, get that knee down. Try to not let that chest lean forward. 15 seconds. So an option would be like putting one down, vice versa. The idea, right, meeting you where you are, just that, as long as you are doing the basic movement. 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, last one in this section, set, whatever. Plank tap, so the plank pull through again. Trying not to rock our hips from side to side, nice and tight, and keeping your hands under your chest. If anything, just hold a plank with your hands under your chest. Practice on that if you know that you end up like Supermaning it. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1. So if you need to just hold here and practice in control, do that. Taps should be nice and controlled. Obviously, you will have a slight wobble. There's no way to not. But we're not rolling. You're driving thing. Extend it out. 10 more seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job, ladies. All right. Take a sip of water. Round 2. We have same format, same flow. We have dumbbell RDL with a 2-second shin pause option. So that means when you go down for your RDL, you come up, you stop around here for 2, and then complete the movement. What we're not doing is pushing our hips forward. That never needs to happen. Movement number 2, upright row or single, single, double. Same rules apply as we did for the floor press. If you start with your right, then go ahead and start with your left for the next one. And then we have dead bugs or slow bicycle. Now I'll demonstrate that when we get down there. Just trying to get through this workout. All right. We will go in 15 seconds. So again, repeating 40 seconds of work, 20 seconds of rest. First up is that dumbbell RDL with the option of your shin hold for 2. In 4, 3, 2, begin. Remember, RDL, bent knees. So RDL, we want glute engagement, hamstring, and lower back assist. So we have a big bend happening. Remember, it's not about the depth of your dumbbell. In the instance you were using a barbell and you have plates on the end of it, you'd never be able to get down here. Okay, so it's about sending your butt back and using the appropriate muscles, engaging glutes, coming up, control. Roll those shoulders back, flat back. Chin is down, keeping your spine neutral. Right? You shouldn't be rubbernecking like this. Again, it's hard to even talk like that. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. All right. So this one, upright row or the single, single, double. Rules for the upright row are that your elbows stay higher than your wrist. My camera's kind of cockeyed, so I don't know if I'm not pulling it like this. Okay, we're not using our wrist. It's elbows leading the way. All right, here we go. In 4, 3, 2, 1. So again, you can just upright row or you're doing the single, single, double. And I'm going pretty slow. Like I said, I don't really have heavy weights at home today. So in an effort to make it more challenging for myself, I'm controlling the eccentric. And when I'm coming down, I'm also visualizing like pushing through sand. So instead of just dropping my arms straight down, I'm pushing, right? So it's core engagement, visualizing, pushing down through sand. And it's pretty incredible how that changes the dynamic of the movement when you're there. Good. 10 seconds. Squeeze those shoulders at the top. Pull those elbows up, core tight. Your stance is good. 3, 2, and 1. All right, 20-second rest. This is what the next 2 movements, what the next movement looks like, right? So we have dead bugs. For round 1, you're just going to put your hand underneath that leg or here so that you know which one you're sending out. Okay, so round 1 will just be one side. If you are doing the slow bicycle, you have both of your feet out, and what you're doing is you're just coming up slow. And again, same side. We're doing one side for the 40 seconds. Okay, so join me wherever. Remember, those dead bugs. You're pushing out and extending and then coming back in for the squeeze. All right, here we go. In 3, 2, 1. I'm coming up for the slow supine, and I am bringing my right elbow to my left knee. Good. Nice job at home. Good. So Joanna, instead of just dropping it back, push it back. Becomes more of a core movement. So push, yeah, instead of like a lat pullover. Good job. Good. Up. Remember, we're not pulling on our head either, okay? Hands are behind your ears. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nobody wanted to meet me for bicycles. Okay, moving right along here. Back to the top, dumbbell RDL. With that pause at the shin. Again, like I said, right, the goal is not to hit the floor. Butt back, legs bent, hinge, 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 flat back. My head is not here, it's here. And I'm using my butt to come up, okay? All right, here we go. Round 2 of 2 for 40 seconds. In 3, 2, begin. Again, butt back, squeeze, pausing for 2 if you are, and then come back up. When you do that pause for 2, really, really try to isolate and come on up. Don't disengage. That's the idea. Squeeze, challenge a little bit more. Come on up. And the other day in class, I was being silly, but I was saying, making a fist with your butt cheeks. Same idea, right? Squeeze and flex. And we're not driving our hips out either. 10 seconds. Anytime you move slow and that eccentric, that is key. All right. Go ahead and knock out one more, nice and slow, finish it out. Good. All right, next up is the upright row, single, single, double. I think we're ending up doing about a minute, but you'll be okay. We're all right. If you, again, like I said, don't have a lot of weight, that push down that I was talking about is a really good alternative. All right, here we go. In 3, 2, begin. This one, like I said, slow up and slow down. That push, not just the drop. Bringing it up, shoving it down through the sand. Same thing here. So again, I have like a slight bend. I know it's not the most ideal background, but I have a slight bend in my knees. I have my core is tight and engaged. My feet are flat and relaxed. I'm not tense anywhere except for my shoulders and my upper back. So I'm feeling this in my front delts as I pull up. Good. Good job, Allison. Nice. Good. We have 4, 3, 2, and finish out your last rep. This is probably one of my favorite upper body moves. Good. You get to kind of engage your glutes, core, and your body. All right, so now we have our dead bug and then our slow bicycle. Whatever you were doing the last round, it needs to be what you're doing this round, just the opposite. All right, so I was doing slow bicycle. We're going to go ahead in 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Coming on up, nice and slow. Remember, if you are in that dead bug, you're not just dropping your arm and your leg out. It's a push and an extension. All right, so the dead bug is an extension of your arm and leg. If you were doing bird dogs in the forward position, that tabletop position, the dead bug is just that complete opposite, right? So for that one, you're not like looping out your arm and pulling it in. You are extending it. So really try to focus on that for your dead bug as well. All right. Your other leg always has energy in it. It's not just dangling. 10 more seconds. Nice and slow. Whew. Good. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice. Good job. All right. Round 2 is done. We have one more round together before we hit the blast. Let's going on here? Okay. We have squat with a press or thrusters. And then we have alternating clean or snatch, same thing, alternating. So round one, we'll do right side. Round two, we'll do left side. And then we have sit-ups or V-ups. If you're in like a tight space and you cannot extend your arms all the way up, just go ahead and do it from the kneeling position, okay? So go ahead and grab your first set. Like I said, we have squat, press, or thruster. So thruster is the complete squat into the press. So it's simultaneous, and then you come right back down to squat and press, you pause, and then you drive up, okay? All righty. So here we go for 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, so if you're doing the squat and press, you'll pause, drive up. Thruster, no pause. Straight up and right back down. Good. Again, on your squat, making sure that that weight is not pulling you forward. Okay, feet are flat. You're driving that weight. Straight up. Control. Up and down. Thrusters are a really good cardiovascular movement. Everyone needs them, but they're great. Doing good. Drive them up. Perfect. Keep your feet nice and flat. Drops, quads, shoulders. 10 seconds. Beautiful. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice. All right, 20-second rest. So pick your side. In class, I always preach non-dominant first. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do clean, or I'm going to do snatch, left side. All right, so if I'm cleaning, I'm just coming right up to here. Boom. Flipping it around. I'm not twisting my arm. Okay. Rolling it. And then ideally, you would want your elbow lifted up. And then if you're snatching, you're coming straight up and then releasing it. Okay. All right. Here we go. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. And then you don't need to hang your arm in the up. All right. Rest in the low. A little bit of a hinge. Bringing it up. Right back down. So again, if you had a barbell and we were doing snatches, you would almost catch it on your thigh because you wouldn't want your arm to pull down. So coming up, right back down, catch it. Good. Beautiful. What's funny, right? The clean is supposed to be the intermediate with the snatch being the advanced. And I just find the snatch fun, more fun. 10 seconds. Although I know my idea of fun is quite different. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. All right. Putting that down. The next one is a sit-up or a V-up. All right. Just plain old sit-up, plain old V-up, or you can alternate. So I'm going to do sit-ups first. And then the next round, I am going to do V-ups. For the sit-up, there's all kinds of ways. You can butterfly your feet. You can slap in front and behind you. Have your kids sit on your feet. Makes it a little bit easier to come on up. Whatever you need to do. We're going to go in 4, 3, 2, 1. And again, I always say do sit-ups with your arms across the front of your body. Oftentimes you have no control and you end up pulling your head. We don't want to yank up on our head. Okay, those of us 30 years and plus, it takes a sneeze to pull muscles. So we want to avoid pulling up on our necks. We got 15 seconds. Down and back. Come on. You got this. Again, if you're struggling on the sit-ups, you can throw a weight into the mix. Sometimes that momentum, right, will create inertia, puts your body in motion. But the only way to get better at a skill is to work on the skill itself. So whether it's doing 1 correctly or 2 correctly, and then adapting. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. All right. We have one more round through of all of those. And then we have a blast. We're almost done. Good work, ladies. Okay. coming up, we have thrusters for that squat and press. Remember the difference between the two movements is that little tiny rest. All right, here we go. In 3, 2, 1. Squat. And driving straight up if you're doing the thruster. Or you come up out of that squat and press. Again, you have the option to alternate that press like that. Or if you want to alternate that thruster, right? Think about what I said in the beginning, that sliding scale. The 3 is the A, the 7 is the B, and you can work anything in between. 10 seconds. Woo! Good job. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Always finish it out. Good job. All right. So I started the snatch with my non-dominant hand, which means I'm in my right. Hopefully you remembered which one you started with as well. And we will get started in 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Up nice and close. Remember, and you don't need to do a deadlift to get that weight up. It's the hinge. So last week, if you remember, for those who were in multiple classes, a lot of the work that we did was all hinge focused. Okay, so there's always method behind my madness. So hinges are really good for the snatch, the clean, and perfect deadlift form. Doing good. 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. All right, so this last one, sit-ups or V-ups. Oh, hardwood might destroy my back. But here we go. And if the V-ups, you don't have it, you can alternate. Same thing, sit-ups, put a weight in your hand. And now I'm repeating myself. I'm just giving you little reminders. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Good. Just 40 seconds. The beautiful core workout. Coming up. Remember, your core is not just your abdominals, especially the sit-ups, right? Sit-ups are not going to give you the abs. Sit-ups are really good for those hip flexors. Come on, 12 seconds. You got it. Love seeing the little leggies in the air. Beautiful. Ooh. 6, 5, nice work. 4, 3, 2, relax. All right, so the way the EMOM is going to work is every minute we're doing a different exercise, okay? And we're going to repeat it twice. So minute 1, you're doing 12 goblet squats, and then we'll rest until the next minute. Then we have 10 floor press. Then we have 12 bent over row. So we haven't done that one today, bent over row. Then we have a 30-second hollow hold, and then you'll count on your own for 10 sit-ups. And then we have 8 clean to press on your right side. And then the next, what is it? 5, 1, 2, 3, however many, yes. Then the next 5 minutes, so it's 10 minutes, okay, math, big math. We're gonna do it all again, except for that clean to press will be on the other side. All right, it's gonna be nice and fun. Ready? Yay. Okay, so first up, we have 12 goblet squats. Alexa, set a 10-minute timer and show me. Let's see if this works.
10-minute timer started.
Yeah.
You can see it on your screen now.
So it's just 12. Nice and deep. Hold that weight away from you, especially if you don't have that heavy opportunity. Down and up. Good. 15 seconds has passed. You are counting on your own. 12. Beautiful. Still snowing out there. Woo. Doing 12. Seriously not counting. I have no idea where I'm at. Where are we? All right, 23 seconds remain. Your next movement, we have 10 floor presses in 15 seconds. All right, so getting yourself ready on the floor. We go 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, 10 really good floor presses. You can have your feet up if you want. Completely up to you. Don't race through. Good. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Nice job. We're just doing 10. We have 30 seconds. The next movement we have are 12 bent over rows, right? So that means you're bent over and you're pulling up both for 12. All right, you go in 20 seconds. Making sweaty down here. 14. All right, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, begin. 12. Good. Pulling, right? Lower back pulls. You're not pulling your chest like T-Rex. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Nice. So you want to pull towards your lower back, all right? Not pulling up like this. There we go. We have 30 seconds. All right, this next round, you're in a 30-second hollow hold. When I call time, you bang out 10 sit-ups, all right? I know, that's wrong. Sounds like a doozy. Okay, here we go. 11 seconds. I'm trying to keep us on actual correct time. All right, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hollow hold. You got it. Good. Breathe, breathe, feet are up, okay? If you need to lift a little bit, that's fine, and then lower back down, but you want to keep your arms behind your head. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 10 sit-ups. All right, you can keep your legs out, whatever you want. 2, 3, 4. Good job. Okay, come onto your feet, because in 1 second, 8, clean to press. 1 second, all right? Clean, press. Good. Nice job. It's just 8, okay? 5, 6, 7, 8. 40 seconds until we go again. 5 minutes left in your workout. That's it. Okay? 5 minutes left. You got this. All right, it's only been 38 minutes. We'll be on perfect target. So remember, it's 12 goblet squats. And if you want that extra challenge, holding that weight way out in front. All right. We go in 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 12. 11, 9. Good. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Chest up, butt down. Good. 3, 2, 1. Keep working. 30 seconds. Next up, we have the 10 floor press. Again, you can make this as challenging or as easy as you want. You know what is to follow. All right, where are we at for time? Oh, still got 15 seconds. We're doing good. I used to wear a mic when we did this during COVID. My breathing, I sounded like a rhinoceros, so hopefully you can't hear it. All right, here we go. 4, 3, 2, begin. Just 10. You can make it as difficult as you can. 4. If you're doing great. 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. All right. No, you don't need to rush through it. You have a full minute. All right, we have 30 seconds. Then we have those 12 bent over rows. And what I meant, right? So we're not pulling up here, we're pulling back and squeezing. It completely changes the dynamic of the movement and the muscle that you're working, right? It's going to feel way more difficult. Okay. Whew. So again, bent over in 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. What? 12. Good one. Good. Okay. Luckiest round is up next. We have a 30-second hollow hold with the 10 sit-ups. All right. We can do this. All right. No weights. Arms stay back behind your head. Here we go. Begin. Good. So if you need to like even come up and hold a V up, go for it. Do your best, right? Keep your arms behind your ears. So focus on that position, right? Because once you come in here, now you're disengaging. So back and then slowly lower yourself. And that's where you want to stay. 10 seconds. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 10 sit-ups. 8. Cross your chest is my preferred way, but you do it how you need to do it. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. On your feet, we have 8 seconds. And then we do our last 8 clean and press. In 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. 1, 2, 3. 30 seconds to spare. Alexa, cancel timer. All right.
Timer cancel.
Thank you. You are done. If you want to be done, you can cool down. If you want to stay and do 2-minute little arms with me or more, then welcome to. So we're just going to start. Arms rolling forward. You absolutely do not have to stay for this. But why not? What else do you want to do, right? Right. Good. And then to the rear. So try to get your fingers up. I don't know if you can see. All right. Point your fingers down. And beautiful. Dig, dig, dig. Your back is squeezed, right? So my back muscles pulling back, and I want you to pull back and release. Right? Fingers are still pointed downwards. Squeeze, don't drop them. Try not to bend your elbows. All right, palms facing up, pick cherries. Good. All right, don't just snap your fingers. Pick cherries off the tree. Boom, blink, blink. Good. All right, now put them in the basket. Nice job. All right, flat hands, little tiny baby circles. And then to the rear. Little circles. Now hold out here. What we're gonna do is push forward, extend back, forward, back. Good. Just keep those arms up and moving. Your delts should be on fire, especially if you have not disengaged yet. Good. All right, bring them out wide, flip, up, down. Good. Like a W to a M, I guess. I don't know. Come on. Now alternate. Keep those delts up and burning. Good. All right, back to here. Flip, up, flip. These are beautiful arm shapers. We're almost there. Good job. Good job. All right. From here, I want you to send them out, and I want you to hold them out just like this. Just stay. Don't lean away from it. Don't go anywhere. Don't let the elbows bend, right? Full extension still. Reach, reach, reach. Right? You're pulling for something. Good. Pull. Pull, 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 pull. Hold them out there slowly with me. Open. All right, we're going to hold here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Nice job, everybody. Enjoy your snow day or enjoy your shoveling, whatever it is you're about to do.
Thank you.
Welcome.